What's up everybody, Noah from Stage 3, and we are in the shop again with our Raptor, but this time we're actually at our buddy Joe's shop to do some suspension work and some brakes on this. Basically we've got the Fox 3.0 kit as well as an EBC brake kit for the front and rear, and normally, you know, we try to knock out the installs at our own shop, but some of this stuff is a little bit out of my league, and also we're a little tight on time, so Joe's kind of the man for the job. But to show you what's going on, basically, we've already started in on it. Joe's basically pulling out that factory front coilover right now to get that all clear, and then you can see it's pretty standard Raptor material here, and then we've got all of the other awesome new parts that we need to put on kind of laying out on the bench right here. So that's the other factory front coilover. Here's the new 3.0s with the reservoir on it, and we actually got the ones that have the adjuster as well for high and low compression, so that'll be kind of cool to mess around and see how that works. Then also the rear shocks with adjusters, some hardware, and we've got the pads here and the brakes over there too. And this is actually a great little comparison right here. You can see a factory rotor versus a new EBC rotor. So we'll get some more details on those, but at the moment we're just getting everything pulled apart. So looking into the wheel well here, you can see on the driver's side, Joe actually got this one all put together, and kind of come around. We've got the reservoir mounted up at the front, and you have access to the adjuster right here. Then obviously the actual coilover just replaces the factory equipment that you can see. And there's a little adjustment ring at the top too to kind of set the height where you need it. These aren't going to give you a whole bunch of lift, but you can use them to level out the truck just a little bit. But overall it looks really clean in there. Well, we are back from Joe's shop, and I went ahead and just put the Raptor up on our lift real quick so I could show you guys sort of what's going on with the brakes and everything. And then I also pulled off the rear tire because I didn't get a chance to show you guys those rear shocks since we didn't have them installed yet. So Joe got everything knocked out. It looks great. Now let's take a peek inside the wheel well. So as you can see, we have the EBC rotor on here with the new pads and everything, and then the coilover and reservoir that I showed you before. But you can tell just even from driving this a little bit from his shop back to our shop, it did wear off the coating on the face, and that's really kind of just to be expected, honestly. Really the coating mostly helps with the internal part of the rotor here, as well as the little cooling fins around the outside, and just keeps some of that stuff from corroding and having problems. But definitely looks really nice, still clean. Obviously they're still slotted, so they're going to vent pretty well. Then you can see the yellow stuff pads here right through the caliper. And it seems like a really good upgrade, especially over just the kind of burn up factory stuff that we were running. Okay, now moving around to the back over here, let's take a look at what we've got. So in the back, obviously now we have the Fox 3.0 bad boy shocks here. There's all sorts of crazy tubing and stuff going on around the back side of it. Basically that all just manages the valving of this shock and allows it to perform better off-road and be adjustable. You can see there's actually little adjusters towards the bottom. There's two down here and then another one up at the top. And you actually have to use a little wrench to twist those, but there's a couple different things you can change to kind of set the way that this rides and how it manages low speed versus high speed off-roading. And then with that, the brakes are done in the back too. And if you guys check out our listing, we'll put that in the description, but there is some other pad options for those of you guys that want either something a little less performance oriented and more of just a factory replacement, or if you're looking for something better rated for lots of heavy towing and hauling, then we have that as well. They make a few different options, but I think the yellow is going to be the sportiest, best kind of mid-level option, and that's going to work out really well for this weekend warrior style of build. Now, something I want to note, like all the other shop day videos that we've been doing, this is just going to be a general overview, as you've seen, where we're giving you an idea of what it takes to do these installs or what parts are going on the truck, but it's not necessarily a full-blown all details how to install type of video. So we will have those coming down the road, and you guys can check those out to get everything you need if you're curious about how to put these on your truck. With that being said, there's also one more thing I wanted to show you guys, and that is the new wheel and tire setup, which obviously you've kind of already seen as I've been showing you the suspension and everything, but I'm going to go ahead and put the truck back on the ground, put the wheels on it, and then we can take a look at that. So let's go ahead and lower this thing. There we go. All right, so got the wheels and tires on. Let's take a closer look here. And that is pretty dark. There we go. So basically we've got these 17 by 8.5 inch 1552 Turbo Mac HDs, and they're in this awesome dark bronze finish. I really like them. A lot of you guys are probably already familiar with this wheel because it's a wheel that Ken Block kind of helped design and he's ran on his vehicles. And then we did the Mickey Thompson. It's their mud terrain, the Baja MTZ P3. You can see it here. And this is a 35 1250 17, so it's a little bigger than what you get from factory on these trucks. They usually come with about a 34.5 or 34.7, something along those lines. But with it being a mud terrain, obviously we got some really big blocky tread going on here. Super traction intensive, really nice sidewall pattern. Definitely real durable. They should hold up plenty well to the abuse we're going to put them through. It's been a little while since we ran a Mickey Thompson tire, but the last set we had we really liked, and I think these are going to be the perfect fit for this truck. And even just looking at it here on the lift, you guys can see that the actual stance and feel of the truck is pretty awesome right now. It leveled it out just a bit with the Fox suspension. The tires are a little bigger. I think the bronze wheels look really good with the tan, so we're all pretty pleased with how it's coming together so far. So that's going to go ahead and wrap up today's shop video, and I know this one's a little different than some of the previous ones you guys have seen just because I wasn't doing the install on it, but Joe did an excellent job and we're all really happy with how this build's shaping up right now. As usual, like I've mentioned before, we'll have full installs and full real reviews coming down the road once we get a chance to really put this thing to the test and kind of try out all the upgrades that we've done. So this is really not going to show a whole lot in the way of review material or, you know, my thoughts, just because I haven't got to drive it yet like this, but we will get there, and do stay tuned for that. Also, make sure you go ahead and leave a comment. Let me know what you think of these videos, or if there's things you'd like to see with future builds or changes to this truck specifically. I love to hear that stuff, and there's always areas where we can improve, and I know this is kind of different from what we've normally shot. But yeah, that's going to go ahead and wrap up today's shop day, so make sure you check back in next time. We're going to probably dig into kind of the crappy, you know, knockoff lighting that we got going on the front of this and get some real off-road lights on there from Baja Designs, which is going to be excellent. So I'll see you guys next time.